Oh, poor thing. Oh, that's not good.
And then go to the next one as we move side to side. Relaxing. Then you're going to lift up your right leg, and we're going to just turn our right leg as we move our wrists. Make sure your wrists are actually moving. Move it. And try to keep your balls of your toes on the mat so that you're moving just the balls of your toes. You should be feeling nice, good movement in your toes. And switch to the other side and switch your sides. So you should go the opposite direction you were doing with your hands. And try to get all the way into the balls of your feet. All of those toes on. And then we're going to go up into a wrist. So you're going to flick the water away. You're flicking the water away as we move. And flick it away the opposite. remember your arms all the way up, stretching all the way back, and then going all the way down and around. And we're just do that 15 times. Nice, good. All the way down, opening that chest, feeling those muscles move. And going to our feet. You may need to shift and hold on to a table or chair. And we're just going to do nice turn, figure.
Jet Williams.
Try to point, flex your toe once you get and then switch to the other side. And relax. Coming to the center, we're just going to roll our head very slowly and a nice bigger A. Just nice. So you're trying to look at your belly button. And then breathing out, we're going to get straight up overhead. Bringing our fingers together, latching up, relaxing our shoulders. We're just going to go all the way out to a nice stretch to the side. Then we're going to come all the way forward into a flat. We're going to come all the way back into an arch. And then come back to this nice, good crescent moon. Go all the way down into flat back. All the way up into crescent moon again. And then come out. One more time on this side. Crescent moon. Roll around into flat. Roll around into crescent moon. And come up. Now we're going to go crescent moon the other way. Roll around into the flat back. And then roll around, crescent moon, come up. Roll around, flat back. And roll around, and come up. Last time. And come back. Bring your hands down. Roll into standing position. Nice, slow. And bring our arms behind us, going all the way down to the ground. And then just slowly roll all the way back up. Bring your hands going back into standing position. And then go all the way down into diver. Bringing those hands down. And last time. Staying down here, you're gonna bring your hands out a little bit and hop out into the split. And you're just gonna walk your hands over to one side, walk your hands behind and over to the other side. Forward, over, behind, over. So you're just doing a crossover, that same left hand. Nice and slow. And then you're gonna stop on the other side and we're gonna go the opposite direction. So. Coming back into the center, we're gonna just go out a little bit into a plank, and then we're gonna roll back into downward dog. With our feet out. Going up into the plank, we're down into the plank, and then pushing back into downward dog with our feet apart. Nice and good. And then slowly walking back to your mat. Bring your feet in a little bit if you need to. Grab a hold of your ankles, and you're just going to do a lunge to one side, and then lunge to the other side. Nice and gentle, back and forth. And then coming up, still lunging, bring your hands into prayer. And just shift your hands from one armpit to the other armpit. And relax. Your feet in a little bit. Going into triangle pose, bring your arms up. Bringing one leg out so that we're at a 45-degree angle. We're going to bring our head down and then just go straight in. Hands up in the air and down. And bring that hand that's up in the air all the way down. Come up into warrior one. Into warrior two, looking over your shoulder, and then come back into triangle, just straightening that leg. Go all the way down, looking up at the head. Bring that hand down. And come up into warrior. And then warrior two. Last one, bring that leg back into triangle. Rolling your hand down with the other hand. Bring that hand down. Come up into warrior one. And then warrior two. Back into triangle in the center. Triangle in the center, we're going to go to flat back. Then we're going to go down to our toes. And then we're going to roll all the way up and salute the side. And then coming down into a back up into triangle, down into flat. Drop those hands down. Slowly rolling all the way up to salute the sun. And then coming down into squat. Last time into triangle. Down into flat back. Down to your toes. Slowly come all the way up. Salute the sun. And go in. Up into triangle, turning the other foot out. Sliding down. Going down to your toe, looking up at the ceiling with the other hand. Bring that hand down. Come up into warrior one. Into warrior two. And back into triangle. Again, sliding down. Drop that hand, looking up at the other one. Bring that other hand down. Come up into warrior one. And then warrior two. Last time, going into triangle. Drop that hand down. Bring the other hand down. Come up into warrior one. And then warrior two. Bringing yourself back into warrior one. Bringing your hands down. We're going into a low lunge. You're going to bring that knee down. Come up into low knee lunge. Hands up to prayer. Then you're going to roll all the way back, bringing that toe up. And you're going to try to sit all the way down if you can. Come all the way back up into the knee lunge with the hand behind you this time. And then bring your hands down onto the mat and come back into that low lunge. Bring that leg back into plank. Bring the other leg forward. Down into knee lunge, up into prayer. Come all the way back. Hands down. Back into knee lunge. Bring the hands behind. Bring the hands down, going back into plank. We're gonna do this one more time, but we're gonna hold it this time. So we're gonna go into low lunge. The other foot. We're gonna hold it for 30 seconds. Bring it down to the knee. Into knee lunge. Then hold it for 30 seconds. Coming all the way back. Flexing the toes, sitting down. And again, holding for 30 seconds. Coming back up into knee lunge and bringing those hands down, going into that nice low lunge. Bring that leg back into plank. And then bring the leg up to a nice low lunge. And then dropping that knee down into a knee lunge. And then coming down and relaxing, pulling that foot. And coming back up into the knee lunge and then bring our hands down, going back into the low lunge, bring that hand back, going into plank, going down onto the ground, bringing our toes out, and going up into Sphinx if you want to. or you can go down. So you can go, I'm sorry, go full cobra or go down into space. Make sure your hands are flat. Make sure that you're putting pressure into your hands, lifting up your chest, looking up at the sky. Close your eyes, focus on your breathing. Breathing in and out. And then we're going to slowly come up, rolling up into table. And we're going to do cat, and then cow, and then we're going to go down into child pose. We're going to hang out child pose. Slowly coming back up into table. Once again, cat, and then cow. And now we're going to just bring our foot in and come out to a side, sitting with one foot out. Sitting straight up. You can try to go all the way down to your toes, or you can go here, wherever you want to. But we're going to relax in this position. The main thing is trying to keep your knee at the angle and this foot flat. And we're just going to point and flex. We're going to sit here for about 30 seconds. So just close your eyes. Focus on your pointing and your flexing. Notice how it shifts your weight. And now when you flex, you're going to hold that. And once again, you can reach down and touch your toe if you want to. And we're going to hold that for 30 seconds. Drop your head to the side so your ear is trying to touch your shoulder. So you're stretching your neck. Relax your glutes, let everything rest. And come up. And once again, point and flex. And then circle. Nice. This time you're going to point your toe. And once again, you can stretch on out. Try to reach it. Turn your head to the side so your ear is to your shoulder. And relax up. We're going to take this foot, wrap it around. You can either bring it all the way over or you can bring it right here, wherever it feels comfortable. And then you're going to just bring your arm all the way around your knee. Give it a nice hug. Placing that hand back. Looking. And then you're going to turn the opposite direction. Pull that knee on the other way. Coming back into the center, bring that knee down, bring those feet together. We're gonna flap our wings, nice and gentle. And you're just gonna try to go forward as far as you can. We're gonna hold this for 10 seconds. And then you're gonna curl up like you're going into cat. Roll all the way up, getting all the way up into your sitting position. Pop your head back, and then we're gonna go again and hold for 10 seconds. Once again, rolling all the way up like into cat. Coming up into sitting position, popping their head back. And this is the last time we're going to go down and hold for 10 seconds. And then once again, slowly coming up into cat. And then coming up into sitting and flap our wings. Okay, we're going to bring the other leg out, bring this foot in. Once again, sitting up straight, just point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. And then when you're ready, flex that toe. This time you're going to reach out and touch it if you can. Turn your ear out so you're touching your shoulder. And then come back up and point and flex, flex, and then circle. And then this time, point your toe. Again, stretch all the way down. Turn your head to the center. And then come up. Bring those feet into a nice butterfly. And then we're going to just come out into a nice split. Sitting up straight, we're going to just slide from side to side, just gently tipping your toes to side to side. And then when you're ready, you can just flex and point one, and then switch. And then circle your toes. And then bring your hands out in front of you. You're going to just hold for a few seconds, and then you're just going to slowly walk to each side, hold for about 3 seconds, Walk over to the other side. Hold for 3 seconds. Just nice and gentle. And then relaxing back into the center, bringing your feet together, lifting your knees up. And if you can come all the way up, just point, flex. If not, you can hang out here and just point, flex like that. Whichever way is easier for you. And then a nice circle. And then we're going to bring ourselves down onto the mat. Bringing your hands all the way out to the side. And you're just going to take the right hand to your left hand. And just look over your shoulder. And then bring that hand back down. And do the same on the other side. Once again, you're holding for 3 seconds on each side. Going back and forth. Just holding it. And then going to the other side. And hold. Back and forth. Make sure you're nice and comfortable. Try to touch that hand. That's your goal. Stretching that armpit, stretching that rotary cuff. And then bringing those hands back out to the center. Having your palms facing up towards the sky. You're going to bring your hands all the way up together. Cross them in front of you and then bring them all the way around your shoulders. Give yourself a nice big hug. Once again, hold that for 3 seconds and come all the way back out and switch hands that were in front. The other ones, hold for 3 seconds. Giving yourself a nice big hug. Make sure you go all the way down to the ground. Come all the way up and try to grab those shoulders. Remember to go with your breath. Breathing in when you move. Exhale when you hold. And then relax. Bring your arms down by your hips. You're going to take your right arm and you're going to just lift it up over your head. And then you're going to take your left leg and stretch it all the way out flexing that toe. Hold that for 3 seconds. Then you're going to bring that knee back up, that hand down, and you're going to switch with the left hand up, right hand, foot out, and stretch. So you're trying to reach all the way over to the ground. On the other side, that other wall, and go back and forth, nice and slow. Remember to hold for about 3 to 5 seconds. Hold in that stretch. Remember to go with your breath. Breathing in and then exhaling. And relax with both knees up in the air and then both hands down by your hips. Bring your feet out just a little bit. You're going to just roll your hips up off the mat, rolling into your shoulders, holding that for 3 seconds, and then rolling back down and pushing your chest out off the mat like a camel. You're doing the fish pose kind of as you roll back into the bridge pose. Going up into bridge for 3 seconds. Rolling down, rolling that pelvic towards the ground, popping that chest up and going into fish pose for 3 seconds. And just rolling slowly up. And then rolling slowly down. And then relaxing on the mat, we're just going to roll our pelvic back and forth. Nice and gentle. Just a nice rocking back and forth. Slowly relaxing that lower back. Pushing it into the mat and lifting it slowly off. Remember to breathe. And then bringing our arms out to the side again. We're going to bend our elbows. And we're going to just bring our palms up with our elbows bent and then roll our elbows down to put our palms on the ground the opposite way. We're just going to do back and forth again. Hold it for 3 seconds, and then roll it down and hold for 3 seconds. Back and forth, and remember to breathe. And last time, relaxing into that sequence, bring your hands back out to the side, palms down on the mat, and you're just going to shift your hips side to side, swaying your knees side to side. Just letting them shift side to side. And then you're going to let them fall all the way to the ground, turning your head the opposite way. And just let them rest there for about 30 seconds. Good stretch. And then slowly lifting them up, switching them over to the other side. Just hold for about 30 seconds. Just going back and forth. And then when you're ready, you're going to bring your knees up, big your chest, and we're going to breathe in. And then on the exhale, we're going to bring up to the ceiling and flex our toes. And then on the inhale, we're going to point our toes and bring our knees back to our chest. Holding about 3 to 5 seconds and then going back and forth. And then when you're ready, we're just going to do a nice circle, bringing those toes to the ground, rolling around, letting those toes touch the ground as we do our circle. Keeping our knees on the chest, letting them fall so the toes touch the ground, and then bringing the knees back up to the chest. And then the opposite direction. And then relaxing those knees down onto the mat. You're going to bring the legs straight into horse pose. And once again, we're just going to flex our toes and point our toes. Bring our hands slowly down to our hips. We're going to do the clock where we go palm up, palm down. So it's a clock, and we're going to go up to our head, which is 12 o'clock, going with our breath as we point and flex our toes. Breathing in and out. Slowly bringing our hands up to our head, making that clock. And then when we get there, we're going to hang out there with our palms up for about 3 seconds. Then we're going to go palm down for about 3 seconds. And then we'll start back down towards our hips again. Don't forget to be pointing and flexing your toes. And then when our hands get all the way down to our hips, we're going to flex our toes. And then on the inhale, point our toes and bring our hands all the way up to our head. And then exhale, bring your hands down and flex those toes. Inhale, point the toes, bring our hands up over our head. Exhale, flex the toes, bring our hands down our hips. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And now just relax, let those feet fall apart away from you. Bring your hands into a comfortable position on the mat or on your body, focusing on your breath, breathing in and breathing out. I want you just to imagine an empty space, completely void of anything. As you imagine this empty space, I want you to think of a song. As you think of that song, I want you to dance to it, moving your body in this empty space, listening to this song. And as you're dancing, I want you to imagine that your hands can produce color. I want you to splash color onto this empty void as you're dancing. Now I want you to start thinking of a picture. And as you dance, I want you to create this picture on the floor in this void. Your feet are the brush that creates the painting that you're painting. What does it start to look like? What colors are you using? How are you feeling? Now I want you to change your music to something soft and soothing, something you like to listen to before you go to bed, or when you're in a calming environment, or maybe you're a little stressed and you want it to be a calming environment. Pick that song down. And I want you to pick somebody to slow dance with. Maybe somebody who passed away, or maybe somebody who's present. Maybe a friend who's now far away. Bring them to you. This is your space. Allow them to be with you as you dance together to your comfortable music. Now I want you to stop and look at the picture of what you painted. How it makes you feel, what emotions are going through your mind. Breathe in and breathe out. As you enjoy the song, as you enjoy the comfort of a friend. And I want you to put on your comfy clothes, pull up a chair, as you listen to the music, gently soothing your soul with the security and the comfort of your friend. now relax in your chair, listening to your music. As you drift into your chair, deeper into your rest, the colors slowly fade and slowly wash disappear. And they slowly go from the floor. And the music starts to get a little bit further away. And you coming back into your body, focusing on your heartbeat now, focusing on your breath, that comfort of peace that you have found in your body. I want you to slowly come back into the body by wiggling your toes. And then wiggle your fingers. And slowly point, flex your toes. And then just move from side to side like a windshield wiper. And then slowly bring your hands up overhead and give yourself a nice big yawn. Stretch. Bring the hands up over the head. Stretch. Open that mouth up. And then bring those hands down, lifting your knees onto your chest. Giving yourself a nice big hug, rocking back. And then slowly bring your knees to one side as you come up into easy pose. As you're in easy pose, we're just going to circle our neck. Nice and gentle. Wherever you find any discomfort, stop and hold it for a little while. And then go the other way. And then come slowly down, rotating your shoulders. And then go the other way. And then gently twist side to side. And then slowly walking forward, you're just going to cross over and around, kind of like in a snake position, stretching that body side to side. And then slowly rolling all the way back up into sitting position. Bring your hands out to the side. You're going to breathe in, bring your hands up over your head. And exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Bring your hands down into prayer. Namaste.